Hello there, Starscream back for a quick Transformer review. You know what? Why not? And I think I'm a bit late on this one, but it's the Transformer that a lot of Transformer fans have been waiting for a long time. And we've had variations of this toy, but none of them have been right, and I think this is most definitely the closest one. But before I rush ahead and talk about this particular toy now, and the present version of this figure, let's look back at the past and see what I mean by them being variations of the toy but them never seeming quite right.
So Arcee was originally introduced in the 1986 Transformer movie, and we thought, where's the toy? No. She was in season 3, we thought, well, there's gonna be a toy now, but guess what? Where's the toy? No. She's in season 4 now as a headmaster, we thought, now they're about to do it, she's a headmaster, but yet again. No. But by the end of season 4, Transformers as a show was dead, as was the toy line. It took until a lot later on for Beast Wars the show to come out and introduce us to the first female Transformer, Black Arachnia, and then we had Air Razor. But Black Arachnia was just a repaint of Tarantula, so we had Trans Metal Black Arachnia, was her own toy in her own right. Then we had Beast Machines, and that was a whole new Beast Machines Black Arachnia, but still no Arcee. But we have female Transformers now. What's going on? Anyway, thanks to Beast Wars and Beast Machines, Transformers had its rebirth. Haha, not to pun on Transformers, rebirth. Yeah, forget it. Anyway, so we had more female Transformers. At last, an Arcee figure, out of Energon, but they transformed into bikes. Then we had Thunderblast, which didn't transform into a bike, into a ship, but it was a Decepticon anyway. Then Michael Bay put his hand to attempting to put a female Transformer into the movie, and it was a bike, and he didn't even put her in the film. And here's my tooling of one repainting, not bad. Anyway, let's move on. Eventually Michael Bay managed to put her into the film, and I don't even want to talk about that. It's disgusting. There's been a lot of other female Transformers, but I can't remember their names. All we ever wanted was an Arcee that looked like this, but we had to wait till Transformers Animated to at last get one that not only is called Arcee, resembles Arcee, but transforms into a car.
See what I mean? They're all motorcycles, aren't they? They're not cars. Now, usually, bikes have 2 wheels and cars have 4. Now, I'm not disputing some bikes have sidecars, or you could get a quad bike, or the car could have 6 wheels for some reason, or the car could be towing something, or could be a truck, or you could have bogey wheels at the back, I don't know. But as a rule, bikes have 2 wheels and cars have 4. Anyway, there was actually meant to be a previous Arcee toy to this one, and it was going to be a titanium one, and guess what? The toy line wasn't doing very well and got cancelled, and that was just before they were going to release a titanium Arcee. So there. Now that conjures up funny thoughts. Titanium Arcee. No. At last, it's taken us to Transformers Animated to get one that goes into a car, and without further ado, here it is. I'm a bit slow on this one because I think there's tons of reviews of this toy out there now, so I just thought I'd throw my tuppence worth in. For what it's worth, why the hell not, eh? I've only just got it. I've had a real issue trying to get this on the basis that I've ordered it, they've taken the money, and they haven't sent the toy. And that, in my book's a bad thing. So, at last, I have managed to get one. And here it is in vehicle mode. I should say Arcee in vehicle mode. I just kicked something then. It's not what I intended to do. Now, as you probably noticed, it has an extra of 2 big spoilers. So it's a bit like tracks. It could fly. But no, it doesn't. And I think they look awful. So we take them off. Now, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Very reminiscent of Generation 1 Arcee. Now, in the animated show, she was a teacher. And then the war broke out, and then she became an operative. It's a more interesting take on it. And it's voiced by the original voice actress. Want to know what she looks like? Here you go. See? She even looks like Arcee. If you put the band things on her ear, like, you know, lay her out of Star Wars, yes, it would look similar. Anyway, so now we have a transforming car that goes into Arcee at last. The colour scheme is pretty close, but what's the toy look like? Well, you've already seen it, but I'll transform it for you anyway, and you can have another look. And here we go, at last. The transformation of this toy is a little bit weird. You know what? I'm looking really red there, so if I move back, that looks better, doesn't it? What do you think? It's not bad, is it? I've got a few reservations with the toy. As always, nothing's perfect, is it? If it was, there'd be no point in reviewing something that's perfect, because it's perfect. Nobody could fault it. But The biggest problem with Transformer toys is there's always problems. It just matters how many are there in that particular toy. And since Arcee, let's face it, doesn't have a great deal of competition in the transforming world, this is going to come up on top. Let me just think about that for a moment. No, there was a joke there, and you know what? I held myself back. I'm good sometimes. Anyway, so here is animated Arcee. The toy itself is great as regards display purposes. You know, I was going to say something else then. You know, my mind wandered. There was something really clever I was going to say, and it went. So we'll just go with for display purposes. And it displays perfectly. Along with the other animated toys, it's about the same size in comparison it should be in the show. Unlike Beast Machines and other toy lines, the toys seem to be pretty much in comparable size, which is nice when you display them. And Arcee is no exception to that rule. She wasn't even going to get released, actually. As to regards she gets a UK release, I have absolutely no idea. It all depends on what Hasbro are doing. So, here it is. Now, the head isn't too bad. It's got a huge amount of transparent effect, or light piping, or hollowness to the head, so the eyes really do shine through if you put them in direct sunlight, which is kind of a nice effect. The biggest problem I've got with this toy is it doesn't look like a feminine transformer. Whatever a fembot looks like, this doesn't look like one as regards the head. Now you look closely. If you gave it a male transformer body and sprayed it, I don't know, black or blue, you could use the same head moulding. I mean, in the show it has makeup. Why? No, it doesn't matter. She has lipstick, and here she does not have lipstick. So I suppose if you were that concerned, you could paint it in. But I'm not. And other than that, I got no real problems with the toy as a display piece. The problem I've got with this toy is the quality. Now, the quality of this toy is atrocious. The plastic is cheap. It has a rough feel to it. This is not smooth. This has got a rough edge to it. It's like they half started it and they've got a cheap mould going in here and they've just rushed them out. So it's got a cheap bit of plastic here. The colours varies from the top to the bottom. It depends on which part of the plastic you've got. This is almost transparent, this bit, so I'm assuming it was originally transparent like the head part and they've just sprayed it. So that's a bit of a shame, and my one's leg wouldn't clip in, so I had to, let me give you an example. You see here, see that peg, can you see it, that peg there? That peg there wouldn't fit in that hole there, so the leg would not clip, so it was stuck like that. So I had to cut a bit away so it would just clip into place, if I can do that, like that. Don't know why that is. It's, as I said, it seems like they've rushed these out at the last minute. It doesn't matter, they're going to sell them anyway, so who cares? Look, Hasbro always win, don't they? They never, ever lose. No, they never lose. So, there we go. All things said and done, it's a nice toy. And it has a couple of weapons. Do you want to see what they are? Oh, go on then. And now we have Ninja Fighting Arcee. Oh yeah, Scourge of the Two Swords. Or something along those lines. That sounds pretty good, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. Don't nobody copy that now. We're all rushing off to do that now, aren't you? No? Okay. So here we are. She looks great with the swords. This has got to be, despite all its flaws, one of the best posable Transformers around. It's like it's just a posable toy. It's like what Action Masters should be, but they're not. This toy is brilliant. You can pose it in so many different poses. It's so articulate. It excels at it. I got nothing that I can say critical of the fact is how posable this toy is. It seems to move in all the right places at about the right angle, and everything is neat and in comparison to itself. It doesn't have huge long legs or short arms. The head is pretty much in proportion to the body. The arms and legs work out nicely. It's just really well done. It makes you wonder why they didn't do it earlier. I know the reasoning behind Hasbro's previous reluctance to do a female Transformer is they said it wouldn't sell. Well, it shows how much Hasbro know, doesn't it? But we won't dwell on the fact that Hasbro are morons. And Michael Bay's an idiot. You just have to throw that in anyway. It's not applicable to this other than the fact he butchered her in the film. But you know what? I let bygones be bygones. But I still don't like you, Michael Bay, so there. So, here we go. One of, if not the best, Arcee figures around, and it transforms into a car. Now, I know a majority of you probably have already got this, so I'm preaching to the converted. I just thought I'd let you know my opinion on the toy, seeing as that everybody else has one, and I'm no exception. But if you haven't got it, where the hell have you been, eh? Eh? Where you been? What you been doing? I know what you've been doing, and it's not nice. You just stop it, alright? You stop it now. I'm watching you. Actually, I'm not, but hey, it's an idle threat. So, everybody who's watched this video will undoubtedly be rushing off to purchase one of these. And if you've already got one, now you're going to have to purchase another one, and you'll have a set. Now, that's what you want. And you can repaint them into, I don't know, Chromia or Elita 1. Now, there's an idea, getting one and repainting it. I am seriously considering doing that. But for the meantime, I've got other things to do. So, there we go. That's Transformers Animated Arcee. I know I usually do more of a roundup of the character, but let's face it. You all know the figure of Arcee, you know the character of Arcee. I don't need to tell you. You already know it. So I'd just like to give you my opinion of the toy. So that's me, and that starts me saying, take care guys, don't want us to go to 2 videos, and see you lot out there.